Okay, hello everybody. We're at the Mission San Juan Bautista. Stefania and I, we just came in from, actually I don't know where we stopped. We were in San Jose and we had a lot of heavy traffic. KLR started overheating in traffic, so I had a lane split. Stefania caught up to me. But we're in the Mission San Juan Bautista. Everything's closed. I'm gonna grab the camera from Stefania in just a moment and walk around, because this is a really cool little town. It looks like there's a lot to see, but everything's closed and everything says no parking. So I don't know when it is open. I don't know where there's any parking around here. But we're gonna spend a few minutes. I'm gonna stretch my legs and get on Highway 25 and start heading towards Fort Hunter Liggett. So no further ado, I'll describe some of the stuff I'm seeing. So here's the Mission. This is San Juan Bautista. My brother and Tony and I, unknowingly and unplanned, we didn't realize that we both had an affinity for the Mission system until one day we were talking and we're like, wow, oh, they still have church services here. And we were really surprised that we were both very heavily interested in the Mission system. Now, the Mission system was originated from when Spain owned all this territory before I think Mexico gained its independence around 1812. And Mexico had this territory for from 1812 until the Mexican-American War. I want to say 1840s, late 1840s, 1848, because California becomes a state in 1850, and then of course we go into our own civil war. So, but when the short time that Mexico had the state, all these missions went into disrepair. No dogs allowed. All these missions went into disrepair, and when these became the property of the United States after California became a state in 1850, they started restoring them. Not all of them are in their exact positions. Some of them were destroyed due to natural causes such as earthquakes and floods. Apparently people just love revving their engines through here. It just kills me, like, where are you going? But some were destroyed from natural causes, earthquakes and floods and stuff like that. And then other ones were actually pillaged. Some were turned into bars and stables. But the Catholic Church originally were the founders of these missions, and before President Lincoln passed away, he turned all the property back over to the Catholic Church. So it was probably during the Civil War. I don't know the exact time that he did this. I love going in these missions, but we're really pressed for time, and apparently they're closed. Let's see here. No food or drink. Supported by this mission is not supported by the state of California. We depend on the generous visitors that help us maintain it. I don't see, okay, hold on right here. Open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this is only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this mission. You know, there's a really cool mission website that you can go to find all the particulars out. I just imagine going back in time and being what it was like at these missions. But look at this little courtyard area. There's this structure here. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna guess that those were the stables, but don't hold me to it. And there's this structure. I have no idea what that is, but there's a plaque right there. I'll get a picture of that later on. There's KLR. There's my daughter's car. She's parked in front of there. The other thing too, unless people park on this dirt, everywhere around her says no parking, no parking. I mean, how are people supposed to come and visit this place if it always says no parking? I'm gonna walk out into the courtyard and I'm gonna be fighting against the sun, which is gonna kind of not work well to capture it, but I just want to walk out a little bit so I can do a panoramic of the facade, or the front, of the mission. It would be really interesting to see this place as it was in operation. I mean, I'm sure, you know, this isn't Knott's Berry Farm where these structures were built for entertainment purposes, I would imagine that this little town right here, that almost looks like a military barracks. Plaza Hotel. Oh no, that's the Plaza Hotel where I'm parked. This is the one I was saying looks like a military barracks. So let me back up a little bit. So I can block the sun with my hand. I hate doing this, but let me see, just so you guys can get an idea. You know, fourth graders, I'm actually doing my master's thesis on virtually learning virtual tours of the 21 missions. You know, I'm gonna be honest, well, some say 21, some say 23, because there's a couple of outposts that were considered associated with the missions down in San Diego. So let me go over here a little bit. This is a really nice place to take a break. So here's some signage. How you doing? So Mission San Juan Bautista, founded June 24th, 1797. One of the 21, there it is. So 21 missions. It had the largest and only church with 3 aisles, dedicated in 1812. That's interesting. Significantly, the War of 1812. We were talking about that in another video I did today. This mission has never been abandoned, and it's now the parish church of San Juan Bautista. So this is actually a functioning regular church on Sundays. It was never abandoned. That means through the hands of Spain to Mexico to the United States, this was always functioning as a mission. So this wasn't one of the ones that was destroyed or ravaged or pillaged or whatever. And if it was always in continual operation, this may be one of the rarest ones that is still intact as much as possible. The temperature dropped a little bit when I got off the 101, which was nice. So all missions have cemeteries, like the one I might do a quick video because we're going to stop off in Solvang for lunch tomorrow, and that mission had a really interesting cemetery. But yeah, all missions have cemeteries, and they're very interesting history about those cemeteries and who was buried there. My daughter's texting me while I'm doing this on my Samsung that there's a bunch of shops she wants to look at, but we're parking one of the only places to park, and it says no parking. So I'm gonna walk back and make sure that one of us is there. So this is the corridor. It's amazing. You know, when they designed these missions, I wouldn't doubt that they were very conscious or cognitive of the airflow and the direction where the sun was rising and the sun was setting, all for temperature control and for illumination and lighting. Because once I walked into this patio area, it cooled down immensely. And like I said, it's very interesting. You know, let your mind wander. And this is all still functioning. So this is one that I will come back to. Me and my brother Tony want to do all of them. I'm going to see the one at Fort Hunter Liggett. I promised my brother Tony that I would wait for him, and I'm not going to go in it, but that's where we're staying tonight, and we're going to go see that one on the outside tomorrow, just like I'm doing here. This one wasn't even open for us to see for tours. I have no idea where my daughter went. Let me see if she's in her car. Oh, there's something I was going to show you guys, and I walked away from it. I don't know if I could zoom in on it, but the mission bell. Oh, I can. Cool. Okay, so those are the mission bells, which was, if you're traveling up the 101, you'll see those, I think, about every mile in many, many sections of the 101. Those are the mission bells, and those signify, oh man, I think I want to say Camino de Real. Camino de Real, which is the King's Walk, King's Path, royalty. So those mark along the way where the missions would have the route, which is now the 101. Those mission bells, you'll see them a lot on the 101 if you look for them, and they're usually on the northbound. I haven't seen them on the southbound. So this is a state historic park now, but the mission itself is not, as that one thing depicted, is not operated by the state. And this is a plaque about the hotel. And this is a really weird looking tree stump. Would you look at the size of that? Jeez, I am not an animal. That is so weird looking. And then it ends. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this one up for now. Before I get a ticket, all the locals are looking at me like I've insulted their mother or something. So, a beautiful little quiet area. Really like to come here when everything's open. Maybe make the call first. So let me check, see what my daughter's doing. But hope you enjoyed this one. Finally got to get some videos made on this trip. But we got to get back on the road. I want to be on the. I don't want to be on the road when it gets dark around here. All right, take care, everybody. Like, subscribe. If you got a machine like that, get out there and ride. Take care. The KLR 2007.